Hello everybody, my name is John Fredrickson. You already know me as a start animator, and welcome to the live stream. Once again we are sitting ourselves down and doing some 2D animation and continuing with none other than the one and only Unknown. Alright, so I am incredibly tired. I have no idea where this came from. I slept well. I took my time and I did all, but each and every time I gonna do these sort of things, at least do the live stream, I'm just so tired. And I know it's gonna kick back in, but for the first hour, I'm just gonna go. If I take a nap, I'm just gonna fall asleep and I'm gonna forget the time. So I do not know why. I have no idea how, but but I just decide that maybe it's a little bit of like my defensive mechanism that goes in, going like, you know what, you could sleep. Going like, now, you know what, I'm not. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be incredibly good for myself to do some animation and continue doing animation, even though if people might show up or not, I will still sit down and I will still do my piece of animation. And as again, it's a little bit of a rant when we start. I heard a really interesting thing, and I was trying to repost it on Instagram, but I couldn't. Instagram, you can follow me at creative_arts_don, also on the screen, as you can see. But I heard quite an interesting part, and I think this goes out to a lot of what would I say, to artists all over, especially artists who are. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're doing 2D animation or if you're doing hand-drawn animation or if you're doing paintings, if you're doing drawings, if you're doing digital art. We live in such a world where everything has to be fast, everything has to be quick. And artists, especially us who are doing hand-drawn art, doesn't matter, hand-draw art, and sit down and take our time with our art form and make sure that it looks good, make sure that we are all right, make sure that everything looks perfectly and are well enough in our own ways to gonna redo something. We fall behind a lot of the time on trends because trends are very fast, and after just 2 weeks it's gone. But it takes us longer than 2 weeks to finish a project because we have other work to do, or just this, doing animation like this. Even though if I put all days together, it's 2 weeks to just finish something, and 2 weeks to wait for something for an ordinary audience. It's so slow. It takes so much time. But he talked about people being bored. And I think that's a really interesting question. And now we're going to go into the philosophical parts. Again, the rant of the day. But they talked about boredom. He discussed it like we artists are the perfect people that will show you that if people just looked at it, and people have looked at my live streams. I'm not saying there's people who hasn't joined in, but I can always see that, oh, they're about 30 seconds until they think it's too boring and then they go on. And again, that kind of gave me a little bit of clarity, because looking at something in real time being worked on is boring. And it's so boring. Seeing me doing 2D animation probably isn't the best thing for algorithmic reasons. But what helps me in this is that I am well comfortable with boredom. I'm so comfortable being bored that I can do this, that I can sit myself down and do my animation and use my time to set up the live stream, set up the microphone, set up the camera, And again, I just wanted everything to just work a little bit better. That's my dream, at least. But to fall back into that sort of discussion, is that boredom is so important for artists all over the place, because then we do our stuff. At least for me, if I am bored, I will either sleep, I will either do something, or I will sit myself and draw, I will clean. I am that person that will not do nothing unless I'm tired, and then I will go to sleep. And I probably will check and scroll on Instagram or on YouTube and that sort of stuff. But more times than often, I will connect my brain into doing something, either with my hands or with my thoughts, and coming up with new projects, coming up with new stuff, going around cleaning, listening to music. That's what I do. My brain doesn't stop creating. My brain is continuously, and this is absolutely not a brag. It's just how my brain works. I have that ability to when I'm bored, I will connect myself to a fantasy world, to do animation in my head, going, oh, that would be cool, and then I put it into practice. That is what I do. So he talked a lot about that, and that is kind of gave an explanation, a really good explanation, to why I think a lot of my stuff, at least for my live streams, that several people, I mean, again, people come to have subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for the likes. But it is boring. And I cannot go into it like, oh, we need to do it differently, or I need to show it once, because this is the boring process. And people who follow along as well for the whole month will see a progress from when we do a sketch to when it is near to finished. And that's the process I like. I can't change that. I cannot make it more hyper. I cannot make if I was going to do something, I probably need to make it like a super cut and film it each and every time, and then sit myself down and edit it. This is so much nicer because I just had to pull up a camera and then just do my stuff and focus on me doing it. So, all right, that's enough yapping. I just thought it was interesting because it really brings that it's not a defense in any case of the matter. I just think that I like the process better than the results. I like this boredom to be a part of that creative curve of sitting down for myself and drawing and doing animation, or doing drawings or paintings. And sometimes people come and give their greetings and say hello, and that's it. That's all I ever ask for. There is nothing else that I would do differently, because that's also the part. Because sooner or later we're gonna find our audience. We're gonna either find the audience, and I'm not gonna stop. Because again, this is a part of me. I would do this with no interpretation with no expectations that it will go viral or do anything of that matter. Because I just believe in the things that I do more than I do for fame and fandom. I will do this even if I have 1 million viewers. I have 43 subscribers for so many years, but I've never stopped, because that doesn't matter. For me, it's just fun. For me, it's a documentary for all the times I've done some animation, for all the time I've done anything. It's a documentation for how far I have arrived, and I can't wait until 10 years from now when I can look back on several things and go, yeah, I got even further. Holy shit, that would be so fun. All right, rant. Rant done. We have spent like 10 minutes already just ranting. But in any case, we are going to do some really fun stuff today. And I have done this. I am actually going to just jump into this and pull it up. This is the behind behind the scenes. I have that in my head. No, this is the environment that we are going to use today. I drew this up, and again, I don't do environments. I wish I did, I wish I could, but I had just an example in my head going like, oh, they're gonna drop down from something, and again, they need to land on a platform, they need to hold something when they fall down, and they need to arrive somewhere. And this is what I'm kind of continue to think as well. We are going to use this as an example today. We are going to have this in the background, and I'm going to take the one character that I have, the one character that we have in the front, and use that to just guide it into place a little bit. So that's the thought process, at least for now. And then we're gonna do some more in betweens. We're gonna fix the character up as well. So that's the thought. We see how far we get today, because again, we are only 2 days left of this fantastic animation week. And do not forget, never forget, that we have a poll up that is for everybody to go and vote for next May. So I've expanded either action or something for the channel. This means that it's either for the pause, something for the break, either in the beginning, so we don't have the pictures going up, even though it's my art form. It's my painting that you can see on my Instagram, creative art underline art underline and and I was in my stupid joke. No, but have it in either in the beginning, something that I have already, something that I've done before with my favorite character that I created in D&D called Ram, or something in between. No, sorry, I have something that is for the 10-minute break. I need to find a clock too. I do not know where to find a clock that shows like, oh, now I take a 10-minute break. This is how far into the 10 minute we have. I don't have to record a clock and then put it in. Maybe. But yeah, in any case, I hope this works, because now I need to put this one on. And you all can see, some of you have already seen. I hope it works. I need to just check the other one, because the other one is flickering incredibly horrible as well. At least on this screen. So I'm just gonna check when it comes up on the... Yeah, it's super impossible. But if I just keep it like this, I need this to kind of be this way. If it is annoying, please tell me, then I won't do it anymore. But for the moment, I just see it on the screen. It's being like all over the place. So hopefully it works out a little bit. So maybe if I turn it down. No, it made it worse. I have a light on my side anyways. In any case, I need to just fix and tricks this a little bit. I will turn this one off just for the peace. Just to find some peace. And take this eraser away. And again, this is not a normal dairy piece of paper either. It is a sketch paper that I'm using specifically for this experiment, at least. And I am just going to have Now, I'm so sorry, we're gonna turn this on again. I can do this and it doesn't even, is that worse? I'm gonna have to turn it on and off plenty of times, even though I can kinda see through. It's near to impossible, but in any case, I'll maybe turn it off for the moment. And now, you know what? I'm gonna turn it on for this time. And because the only thing I actually do want is to fix the hand, so it is in the right position. So you're all gonna suffer a bit, in quotations, because we all suffer. But either you go on, and after that we take a break, and then we just fix this character a little bit, because I want to add the hood, some clothing, and a little bit over fixing some like leather clothes or something. But the one thing I'm gonna focus on is the hands, and we have, you know, you can see a couple of pieces to go through, and also the cloak, but the main focus is the hand. So again, I apologize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still stands on the I'm gonna use the other pen. That HB pen is really nice, but it is so... this is not my HB pen. This was my B pen. Here we go. The one that doesn't show. And I'm just gonna add in... something in the way. I feel like something is in the way when I'm painting this. Okay, cool. Let's turn it off in betweens. So, at least now I can actually work straight ahead, because I just need to I'm using the wrong eraser. This is the eraser I want to use. Oh my god, people are driving. Again, I'm still in my kitchen. And again, yeah, I could move it somewhere else, but again, all my windows are pointing towards the lovely, lovely place called the road. The road up ahead. This might work a little bit better. And it's gonna go there, this one is here, that one is there, that one is there, right? So I can work like this a little bit. I'm doing other stuff. I shouldn't. I just want the hand to be, again, to just explain something that already is happening, is that I want this hand to be where I want it to kind of make sense. There to there. There to there. No. There. Much better. Also realized that this arm is not complete, so we're just gonna need to fix this for a little hot second. It will absolutely look different later on as well. Right, I just need to do the most annoying thing for everyone and put on the lights. What is in between? I'm always double checking each and every time where my screen is, so it looks okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like that one, but I want the hand to be sort of here. Was quite correct. Oh, someone has watched for 32. Oh, cool. I do not know who, but thank you for watching. That's a long time. And he's back down there. Here we go. I'm so sorry. Who's watching? Because it's ticking. Someone is watching, Aida. That's much better. Now we can follow this arm straight through. Because then they're bouncing. I don't know, hold on. I just think it's weird. Me talking about all of a sudden like no one is watching. No one is apparently watching. But yes, there have been as much minutes as it has before. Oh well. Oh well, I do not know. Oh well. Maybe someone is watching. If you're watching, make yourself known. Actually moves a little bit, so maybe that's would be a different sort of I saw something amazing today as well, meanwhile just talking. I recently came out on sort of like the Disney, I do not know if it was a Disney thing, but they have done, and this is what I like. I absolutely enjoy these sort of things when I see them. Is when they establish or when they are doing different things for the general community that cannot see or cannot hear, the disability factor. It's either representing them in Disney films or movies, or helping them be a part of that community. And what I mean with helping be a part of that community is that they get to see or hear something. And they recently, I say recently, that's over there, so now I understand. Here we go. We took it like this. Awesome. Now, what was going with that? They translated some of the songs from Encanto. I think the main one. We don't talk about Bruno. And they done for Frozen 2, I think. I think it's Frozen 2. That they reanimated the sort of the singing into sign language, and I really enjoy that. That's so cool that they have done that. May, what you say about Disney? I like the 90s Disney's best, but give them credit where credit is due. It's the most important. That there would be other companies that say, oh, it's just for a certain set of groups. I always enjoy more when it becomes that everyone can enjoy the thing that you enjoy too. In the same sort of way that we all enjoy music, and for those who cannot hear, what do they listen to? That's the sort of thing. And the same people who cannot see, what do they see? how do we do it? How can we approach these people so they get to be a part of the Disney, to be a part of, let's put it like this, to be a part of the fantasy. That's the one that I mostly enjoy, and this is why I continue to say, and this is specifically also because I have a sister who has Down syndrome, and I understand more than anybody, more from that perspective, going like, yeah, they absolutely enjoy. And I do remember us going, this was 2014, to America, and we went to Disneyland. We went in, which Disneylands were we? We were in, oh, I don't remember what Disneyland we were in. I think we were in California somewhere. I would like to say that. I know because we were in the end of we had a 2-week trip, and we were end of the week, and we started traveling from Minneapolis, which we saw all the way up when we traveled down, and we saw Yellowstone, we saw Mount Rushmore, and all those places. It was super cool. Yeah, and we went to Disneyland. I think there is a Disneyland in California. I do not know. I just remembered it was probably that last 3 days before, last 3 days of our vacation before we traveled from California, back to my country. So we were in America, or travel back to Sweden. I can say it, I'm Swedish. I have a British mother, oh dear. Alright, so one thing I also know is that we are going to fix this arm as well as we go through most of these finishing pieces as well. Now I do not need, you saw all that I took away a piece. This was the piece that I took away. That is not necessary because there is no hand there. There is no hand there. But we're going to use it to add some art forms to it. Now, I'm just connecting all these ones away. What we are going to do is we're going to do a little bit of straight ahead animation, because I want it to be a little bit out of control. And what I mean with out of control is that I have the cloak that I think is just perfect the way it is. It just lands. But I do think that we need to do with the scarf. Again, they're gonna have a scarf over there. I'm gonna take this pen and I'm gonna show it. It's gonna have a scarf for the neck. They're gonna have a hoodie. They're gonna have some sort of clothes on. This one is absolutely dreadful. Perfectly wretched. And we are going to do that sort of thing. So we're gonna add some clothes, we're gonna add the cloak, and I'm gonna try to figure out how the bloody hell I do boots. So we do not need this. I like to just to show it. And if we were to, let me just take out from when they land. Let's see if we can do that trick. See if we can do it. Because these are sort of thin papers anyways. These are like not even 70 grams of paper. They are really, really quite thin, but enough movability. This background is completely see-through. Do what you will with it. You can sort of see, yeah, there we go, look at that. You can kind of see the movement already. Took one away. You can see a little bit more of the movement. Took another away. You can see that movement. And all of a sudden all the flickering starts. So we're gonna do this. And that's a sort of nice thing to see where it kind of goes. So at least we got the arm where we need it to be. We're gonna turn this one off. And what we are going to do as well is that we are going to take a little bit of a break. Just for the moment I sat and talked for like 10 minutes. We sat and dropped like a little bit. But I also feel like I need to move a little bit so I get my energy back up. So we will finish the cloak, finish this, and this will be the main thing that we need to do. And maybe it is just a little bit shorter for this part. But don't worry, if you're watching this later on, you won't even notice it. Oh dear. All right. So we're going to take a short little break, about 10 minutes. And then I'll come back. New energy, new way of thinking. And I'll see you then. Thank you. All right, we're back. Back for more trouble. I got to stretch myself out a little bit, take a new cup of coffee, because that's always good to have. And yeah, we're just gonna continue actually. There is not much else to question when it comes to doing that. But yeah, I do not know. There is something that is just telling me that, oh, there is someone else is watching, but there is no one watching. There is no chat frequency or visiting. It's nothing, and I do not know why that clock has never started ticking. So I have no idea. In any case, we're just gonna continue, and I'm gonna play some music in the background, at least for me. So I might not talk that much, but we get through it. So we're gonna leave this one behind. We're gonna focus on this one and go a little bit straight ahead. And I'm going to easy does it. Let's take it away some. Everything. Oh God. Let's do it easy. Now they have a scarf on. Which is a part of their outfit, I mean. And I'm just gonna draw in a little jacket. I think something is gonna be there. Oh no, it's gone! They heard me! Someone heard me from the beyond. And of course the hoodie. I do wonder. Now we're just trying to like figure out, because I had an idea before, like some sort of belt. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier because I like this, and this will be fun to do. HB pen to make it thicken in. Oh my god, maybe it needs to have a sharpened, but want this to stretch out. The spine is arms. Oh, I'm just gonna take this and sharpen that pen.
La 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 la.
Here we are, back again. Take this one again. Now this is also where I need to just double check something, because they have their feet touch. Yeah, as we can see, perfect. Sorry for the light. I'm just adding some stuff because I need to. But we can take this one away and give it over there. Actually, I do need it. We are going to try that's why I like this one so much. It's just easy erasing. Nope. Wrong. Here we are. Much better. Stretch out the hoodie a little bit because we're still going down. I do think... No, yes. I still want it to be in the same sort of... Trying to just find this noise. why I wanted the belt there as well is because we can choose directions as well, because when they land they're gonna buckle in, and this will help us, at least helps me a little bit, to enforce the sort of bend motion that comes with. I noticed that I'm a little bit thin there. Save us from what? Hold on, soldier, nothing on the top now and tell me everything. My favorite band is playing, and I don't think they're playing anymore, but they are going on tour. I listened to them when I was very, very young. And they're called Rise Against, and I was introduced by them by a friend. It's no longer my friend. Differences, but since then it's a band I nearly always listen to. Doesn't matter if they have stopped recording or done anything recently. And again, I've just seen them on tour. I haven't seen that. I've seen that they have posted that they've been on tour. But yeah, it's an absolute... it's something that I always have listened to, together with a bunch of other stuff. But that is the one band that has been consistent. while still stretching out the hoodie. Still falling down. Rooftop. Stretch this out a little further. Hi. Need to see that I kind of aim the foot correctly. We're getting there. cold. Coal. Right, this is the most difficult one I think I will. We're gonna do it the opposite way. We'll make it more dynamic. I think that's the best choice. Rock bottom's where we live, and still we take these trenches and bury ourselves. But just forgotten. Okay. I'm in very much concentration, so if you're here to hear me talk or not, Jesus, maybe this goes better without me talking. Nice. And we're back up. Another thing I also, this is old information, and probably people who do animation are very much known with the Hanna-Barbera trick. I just recognized that one when I was thinking about the scarf here. Is that in olden cartoons, which thinking Hanna-Barbera and hold on. Just needed to text a friend. Giving them some support. Telling them that I'm here. Coming up really nice, I think. God, people are driving. Even though I have my headphones in, and I hope that it doesn't echo out from my walls out to like the to the microphone here, but I don't know. I don't know. So at least we're getting the landing. Now again, trying to still stay in that hooded figure. We're gonna ease up on the animation a little bit. Hey, someone's watching. Hello. Hello and welcome to the stream. Maybe you can hear this now or later. I do not know. I do not know who is on the other side of this lovely screen. Okay. Hood's still gonna be down for a little bit longer. Fires that guide us through the fields, while the rail of pyre, the outcome of a final appeal. The city lights are down, the side of sea run out. All we rely upon. In the field, no, we forgot how to feel. The city lights are down. Seems on. That's too big. Too big, too big. Much better. This the end of yesterday. Hope's always all he said. All we rely upon is down this kerosene run out. All we rely on. Cool. Welcome to the stream, Roger. So we're all working together. Finally, that's cool. That's exactly what we want. We want people to work together, even though there's different sort of streams ongoing. I guess that's also the fun part. Now I'm trying to figure out how it's gonna look later on. I maybe have to cheat. Just be a little bit careful with the legs. I'm not really happy, but be a little bit careful. Because mostly I want the movement to work. Let's see. You know what? I want it not to go inwards because that would be weird. I need to make it go out. Let us see. Capes. Nah, for me capes are really much better. It's just the proportions of the legs. I hate doing legs. This is just not a sequence in any sort of way to be connected. This is This is for me test animation to do more of different, more of a test animation, so I can show later on my own animation teams what my thought process is to do with certain their characters. Like again with the reloading animation is that I did last time was specifically for like one of the tanker girls that I have in quote unquote, to both have like, oh, this is the sort of how they would look ish. I didn't think of the hair of any kind, but it's that sort of process that I'm thinking of a little bit more, that I'm trying out different sort of things, and this is as well to try out some animation to see where my skill level is at, and to continue doing animation. And even though it is for a project that has been doing for 10 years, this is always been a test animation to kind of figure out how we're gonna go and sort of do the animation. Because right now I'm just doing this in the style that I do it in. Maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't. It's all up to also my own team. Because I do have some old sketches from way before. So right now I'm just piling through this. Just needed to write to a person. And the hood is still down here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's stay there. Got down on hands and knees, one ear against the ground, holding something, anything at all. I'm also listening to music, so I said. This will be interesting because again I did this background that they are gonna land on. So we'll see if I know they will land, but I'll be careful with the feet for the moment so I can just adjust them later on. Set some. his family, his friends. Pissed in his hands. Getting through this like wildfire. Oh. Right. We don't have many left. But I'm just gonna do this for a short while. I just need to go to the bathroom quite quick and then I come back. All right, we're back. Let's see what I see. I animated some cap type and it again always sideways like came out okay. Yeah, they're absolutely thinking in the right directions. It's always that I'm always thinking of like it's a sphere, a ball or a sphere being either hit or the ones that like forces down either the ball or the cloak in this matter, especially in this form, is there is a sphere in the back that pushes it down that will make the sort of more effect. Something is always behind it. And then it's also, it depends on timing, how best to do it as well. When I die, their head is getting up, and the music is blaring outside. just gonna do this drawing, and I noticed when I went to the bathroom I really need to just move my back a little bit. Because again, I'm still in my kitchen doing art. Nothing has changed there. Now I need to take on the background because I need to see where the cape will start landing. And I'm gonna place all of this over here. Here. It's not directly landing just yet, but it's getting close to the ground. No. That one. Let's make this cape land. also, right? We're gonna do the final one and then we're gonna do some other in-betweens here. Shifting up the gears. You're stretching. Oh, I really felt it in my back. Ease up some of the animation. Best eraser in the world. While I'm gone later on, if you hear this or too busy, what is the project that you two are working on? I heard something from Toon Rog before as well. I want to say Toon Roger. Spin out of control. Something I can't change, but all in a place wouldn't leave us. Offended by blood spilled by. Alright, cool. We got this done. I'm gonna take a short break because I need to move my back. Yeah, and if there is any questions, please write them down. I'll answer them if I can. What is the project that you two are working on? What's the question I asked before? Maybe you hear it, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. I'll see you all in 10 minutes. Alright, we have returned and we are gonna finish up this part. I am gonna add some in-betweens to this, and then we're gonna try to figure out as well how we're gonna time this. I have an idea to time this, but we're gonna see if we can fix this timing in the best way possible. Take the H2 pen, that's the best one. See if we can figure this one out. So we have here, we have there. So we need to do one about there. So it's not that much of a jag. Not after fame and fortune. That's nice. More people working on their projects. Heard you called in somebody. Yes, trying to get the movement right. Not gonna bother too much with the lip. I'm gonna stand here for days then. Now I did it anyway, a little bit better. We continue to work. Sorry, I'm very, very quiet today. But also I have music in my headphones, so... Just wanna have a feel. So this is what I am just gonna do. Think a little bit. This is when their face is being revealed. We call this one key 1, and we take from when they have taken this key 2, and in the end we take this one, which is key 3. So we have 3 keys. So I'm just thinking. We have the 1 to 2. So I think this should be the in between. But I do want have 1, 2. Plus same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. This will be the 5th. This will be the third. And then I want to go and slow in. So we have done 3 and let's see, but 5, 6, 7 is the one we need to do. 8, and we're just gonna do a 9 here to understand which frame we are working with. And from 2 to 3. This is the one I'm trying to figure out. If we want maybe want it to be quite slow. So the hand comes. So they move together with the hand, come up to the position that we need it to be. So this will be 9, 8. So we see 9, 8, 10. This will be 11. Then it's quite quick, so we're gonna do 11, 12, 13, which is this one. So 13, 15. Not many more, I don't say. 15, 16. I think that's it. 13, 14. I'm just naming out too loud. Let's see. It is 13, 14, 13, 14, 13, 14, 15, 6. This will be last frame 60, 16. So let's do one more frame for this, and then we'll call it. And even though I want to kind of do this one because it's the coolest, I'll leave it be. I'll be fine. Let's do and next Sunday we will just focus on these ones because I think this one will be the most fun to do. So so let's have the face already be in place? On 7, let's also have it in place. So I'm just gonna mark here. Face still, so we're just gonna stay on this. Gonna have the hand already up here. Hand's gonna be already there. No, what's we gonna do? All right. I think this is going to do for me tonight, unfortunately. Let's take these. This was none other than 7. So I don't forget. 7. And we will continue on this one. None other than Sunday. Maybe I'll meet some people then as well. I'm glad some people came in. Slowly but surely we're getting some people. Oh, well, getting some people. These two has been always following me. My only 2 fans. No. And some other people has joined as well. I don't remember what their name were. Alright, this looks okay. I'm not happy with the face, but we can fix that in post. We can fix that on some other day as well. But this is the point. We want the hand to start moving, getting up, and coming close. Close to where we've I'll see you Sunday. Very good. At 7 Central European time. So far, right, okay. I'm gonna switch over to the other one. And here we go. Right, it has been a weird off day, but we're doing the best we can. I'm glad you two joined. Glad some people joined as well. And that's all I can ever ask for. There is nothing else I can ever ask for. Yeah, but hopefully I'm not equally as tired, and I'll get back to doing this animation that we just finished. That's sort of the plan, and until then, yeah. I'm a little bit off, so I'm gonna say thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video or this live stream, please give it a like. If you want to share this with other people, share it with other people. If you're not subscribed, if you're watching this later on, please do subscribe. And above all, keep on drawing. I will see you all next time. Good night and goodbye.